It's your boy, Killer B, the goddamn Witch Finder General. I'm back at your asses again. I'll be right back after this new track by the No Face Killer.
True talk, I recognize true talk, I never lie. The second I'm proved wrong is the day the devil will cool off in temperature. In hell it be lukewarm, my temper is short like your attention span. Can't quite remember what you were offended at. My parents have no idea that I made a new friend in my detention class. His name is Tuesday, and he claims to be the Justin Timberlake of rap, bringing tension back. Heaven didn't take him, God sent his ass straight to hell. Satan said hell, no one sent him back. Took a selfie of himself and basked as he swelters in a smelly bathroom, as he's joking with the sweaty hand, because it's healthy, biatch. Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like music, how'd I end up on this song? Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like this song. Till Ronald Reagan and trickled down, the economy's gotten better. A shiny new nickel is what I found in this foggy weather. Pardon me, mister, but I don't want to start any problems. You just thought I saw it first. Yeah, you that call me that palm that don't act like I didn't watch it. Just pick it up with your sausage fingers and toss it right in your jockey's right in rich pocket. I'm talking to you, you money-grubbing cocksucker. Go squat and sniff a whiff from under cheese from my boxers. These underbriefs have been wafted for months or weeks. I've been wanting a shot for laundry detergent for fucking weeks. For some strange reason, the MasterCard is maxed out and the Magna strip on my Visa. It hasn't been functioning. How convenient. I'm easily 5 cents short of completing this transaction. I'm asking the cashier to be lenient. I'd appreciate decency and compassion. I'll pay you back during tax season. Capiche? At least half of it. Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll. I'm just pissed off. I don't even like music, how'd I end up on this song? Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like this song. I guess I'll bury the hatchet. A person that holds a grudge isn't very attractive. And while I'm at it, bury those axes along with the bodies that belong to the cash register clerks after. Playing AC/DC backwards on a highway to hell, driving in reverse, riding with pastors. Peter Popoff and Jimmy Swaggart are fighting over some passage you can't find, cause his Bible is missing chapters. Listen, bastards, if you two don't pipe down, I'm gonna turn his car around or move the shift to drive right now. And don't think I'm not gonna find out who it was that took my coloring book and painted Black Jesus with white out. I dropped Joel Osteen off at the Antichrist's house and told him to wipe that smile off of his giant mouth for 5 minutes, then try frowning for 9 hours. And this is how I rise to my power. Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like music, how'd I end up on this song? Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like this song.
Yeah, man, it's your boy Killer B, the goddamn Witch Finder General. God damn it, I got a live one for y'all asses today. God damn it, had a little technical difficulties earlier, but I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my goddamn bullshit. And, oh man, fucking the goddamn Colts, one after another. We're going to switch the game up today. And we're going to get on the Nation of Islam. Buffer and no sound. Goddamn. Really, P? Fucking shit. Oh, I'm back? Okay, alright, cool. I was like, well, goddamn. Nigga can't win. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Shit. I hope everybody's doing alright today. We got Sister P in the building. What else we got up in here? Shamian was in here earlier and shit. He dipped out. But, yeah, I'm going to get on some real live shit today. The inner workings of the Nation of Islam and the United Nation of Islam. Don't get it twisted. So, yeah, share this motherfucker right here. You're gonna be Gucci. Oh shit! I hope this is the right. I'm not sure. I hope it is. Sure the right one. I did. My bad. I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Yeah. So, Nation of Islam, as we know from Nation of Islam and stuff, for being one of the top black religions in the United States. Great day, Willie and Shamian is out. It's so weird. Yeah, so like, there's a lot of people out there that give the Nation of Islam a lot of respect, even members and even non-members. Why I don't know. It seems that the Nation of Islam has been looked at as a good thing for black people, especially men that has been incarcerated, men that just have, you know what I mean, like rough time, basically. And the Nation of Islam comes through, saves the day, clean the people up, and keep them hooked within the cult. We'll maybe do this video recently. Chris Harris has told me about a TV show named The Godfather of Harlem. And it talks about Bumpy Johnson, one of Harlem's black gangsters in the 60s, I believe 60s, 70s, whatever, right? And the Nation of Islam with his, I don't know if it's actually accurate about the story, or they just took these like icons, these people, and made them work together to make a TV show. But in the TV show, Bumpy Johnson knows Malcolm X, and they started to work together. Malcolm X wanting to save, so-called save black people, and Bumpy Johnson wants his territory back after his incarceration. Uh, Chicago business. Let me clean some stuff in here. See, I can get out of the way. Okay, close that up. Don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need this. All right. Hopefully things get a little better. Am I still buffering, Pete? Or no? I think I'm all right though. I believe I'm all right. Yeah, it looks like I'm all right. Yeah. So the Nation of Islam has been scooping up a lot of members, people that have been in poverty, have been through bad experiences in life, have been incarcerated. They clean them up. They tell them that Allah came to see them as WD for hard, or word for hard Muhammad. There's been people say he was an Arab, and people say he was a white man, some people say he was a Turk. Some people say he was a con man. It's a mystery about this man. And the people have embraced this group, especially black people, without any knowledge of the actual organization. The times when, like I said, Malcolm X, and we have seen even in the Hebrew Israelite community where people have a disagreement with the cult, or start to question the cult, or start to do things not in favor of the cult. And what happens is they get a backlash and they get upset, they leave. And what happens most of the time is that they start their own cult. What as we see with Malcolm X. So what I'm going to get into today, the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Islam, um, had borrowed some money from Libya, and we have the United Nation of Islam, which is a splinter group of the Nation of Islam. I want to try to talk close to my screen. I saw on my last screen my volume was kind of low, so yeah, my volume was kind of jacked up. Just let me know in the chat. Called the United Nation of Islam, which has built a following out here where I live. A few years back, well, more than a few years back, probably about 15 years back or something, maybe 20. With a man named Royale, who considers himself Allah in the flesh. I'm not sure of whatever happened with his situation. With the Nation of Islam, what made him leave and start his own cult. But we're gonna get a little bit into the history of the group and the things that they have done to our people. I'm speaking of black people. As far as the Nation of Islam, also what they have done to black people and other countries abroad that had faith in this man, Louis Farrakhan, who is now the leader of the Nation of Islam. And what I'm going to read to you today, you're going to see a lot of these same things happening in the Hebrew Israelite cults. You're going to see the same exact thing. And it's sad. You got a person like Omar Gaddafi, who's now deceased. His country has been overran. I'm not sure who's running it now, but there was a time when he was a very popular enemy of the United States, just like how people looked at Osama bin Laden. Maybe even at the time. No, I would say they're probably about the same. I don't know if any of you guys remember, if you guys are old enough to know about the plane bombings that Gaddafi was accused of, or I believe he actually admitted to doing it. And I believe he brung down maybe 2-3 planes, I believe. And the American government has put sanctions on their country, which I believe they're probably still on the country. And we have Louis Farrakhan goes on a tour of these countries that supposedly hate the United States to try to befriend these people. And it seems like Omar Gaddafi took a liking to Louis Farrakhan and wanted to help him and the black people in America. What his agenda was, we don't know. And I guess we'll probably never know. But there was a time, which I'm not going to talk about, I'm going to speak out a little bit. But when it happened, Omar Gaddafi lent Louis Farrakhan $5 million. And we're going to see what happened, what he's supposed to do with the money. And we're going to see what has been accomplished with this money. Yeah, you're right, P. They did bomb him back and killed his kid. I remember that. You're right. They did do that. That was one of the first, like, what do you call it? Like guided missiles or something like that. You know how they got missiles now? They can, like, have a fucking game controller and shit. Fly that shit through your fucking window. Well, yeah, they did that. I forgot what year that was. That may be early 90s, late 80s. The United States government sent a missile. And it went right through their window and killed his sons. Gold for oil. Yep. Absolutely. And this Louis Farrakhan, you know, he's controversial. He does a lot of things to get attention, a lot of controversy and stuff like that. So we're gonna get right into this thing here. I'm gonna read this article on this money that was lent to Louis Farrakhan. Yep. Okay. Right here. Show on the road. Let's get the show on the road. All right. Where's my little thing? Where the hell did it go? You. Oh, here. Way in the corner hiding. That's not it. What the hell is this shit? What the hell is my little USB box? Show all the window. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? Why don't I see it? Okay, this is very strange. Yo, where the fuck is it? Am I tripping or something? Where the hell is my... Show windows? Okay, this is stupid. Okay, hold on 1 second. This is absolutely nuts. I don't see it all at all on my screen. That's weird. Oh, I don't see it up there either. Can you guys, like, you guys can hear me, right? This is fucking bugged out. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, OBS. View. It's not popping up. What the fuck is going on? Tools. Scene switcher profile. Show recording. Nope. Show settings folder. Okay, it's bugged out. Give me 1 second, people. This is fucking retarded. Okay. You hear me? Okay. I can't find hide OBS. Okay, now show OBS. I hit it. Hide others. Show all. I still don't see that shit. Yo, what the fuck is going on? Yo? This thing could have just disappeared. Show all windows. Yeah, I don't see it there. This is very strange. Just give me 1 second, people. I don't know what happened. This is fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Let's see. Okay, well, that popped up. Um, if I switch to... Okay. Alright, this might... Will it work for me? This is fucking crazy. Hide OBS. You can hear me? Let's push one if you guys can hear me. This is strange as hell. I don't know why this is happening. Oh man, come on. All right, I think I'm back. Thought I'm back. Am I back? Can you hear me? Okay, all right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, that was strange. I don't know how that happened, but my streaming application just like disappeared on my screen and shit. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into this thing. Sorry about that mix up. Okay. All right, here we go. Money. Okay, here we go. All right, we good. All right, sorry about that, people. So let me continue here. Says power in the money. Power in the money. He promised that he alone will lead black people out of poverty. In the riveting sermons he delivers a packed city stadium, Louis Farrakhan calls for donations. Um, all right. Fuck this. Okay. He promises that he alone will lead black people out of poverty. What up, New Era King? Peace, 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 bro. Um, in the riveting sermons he delivers a packed city stadium. Two packed city stadiums. Louis Farrakhan calls for donations to finance his businesses that he vows to uplift his race. My bank is the heart of our people, he said at the recent opening of his $5 million salon restaurant in Chicago. From the charity of some of America's poorest citizens, Farrakhan has built an empire of nonprofit religious corporations, profit-making firms that stretches from Beverly Hills, California to Brownwood, Georgia, and centers in Chicago's South Side. But its business practices, the Nation of Islam, and companies affiliated with it contradict the minister's bright message of integrity and independence, and belie Farrakhan's vow that he will lead Black African Americans to economic power. Now, we've heard many, like IUIC has made these statements and stuff, right? But it comes to find out the only one that it's empowering and making wealthy is the cult alone. Nation affiliated companies are riddled with debt, failure, allegations of fraud, while Farrakhan, some relatives, and top aides live lavishly. You see this, what I read on The Comforter the other day, right? If you guys check that one out, I might have to do that one over since I happen to do it. But indeed, when Farrakhan accuses whites of exploiting blacks, his business practices show that he ends up exploiting the very people that he wants to lead out of poverty. Farrakhan, his aides and family did not. Oh, I know why I switched. Goddamn. Farrakhan, his aides and family did not respond to more than a dozen requests for interviews and information, but land and court documents, government contracts, corporate records, and interviews show. One, Federal tax laws forbid the use of church-owned assets to enrich private companies owned by church officials. Remember, I mentioned this the other day about how if you have a nonprofit and say P does web design, I can't go to P and ask her to do the website for our organization because I know P. So why you can't do that is because P can give me a receipt for $4,000, and the website only costs $2,000 to do. So that other $2,000 we can split. So they can cook the book. It's like, know what I mean? To say that this cost us this much money, but now because you can't take that nonprofit's money and put it in your pocket for your own use. So what they'll do is pay someone for a service and overpay them. And then that company who does the work gets money, and you get some of that money back as a kickback for giving him the business. All right? Okay. But the assets and leadership of Nation of Islam are in some cases thoroughly intermingled with business ventures run by its officers. You hear that? Nation-linked companies and properties are burdened with tax delinquencies and unsatisfied court judgments. The Internal Revenue Service has filed $354,588 in liens against Washington-based security company. This is for the Nation of Islam. That's probably the Fruit of Islam, but they're the Nation of Security. That is also trying to collect $93,000 in taxes from a soap company, which we're going to read about later, which owes another $15,000 to creditors' debts. It said in court filings it cannot pay. The Chicago building that Farrakhan calls his sales and office building owes more than $1 million in property taxes. 3 other Chicago buildings carrying an additional $5,000 in unpaid property taxes. Although Farrakhan claims that he personally owns nothing, we heard that before, right? All of it is owned by you, he tells his followers. Now, who have we heard say that? Oh, Judah Naz. Tory Nice doesn't have a leader. Right? So when shit go down, he can't say it was him. His group. But everybody knows it is. Records show that he and his wife own Chicago property and cars. Millions of dollars flow into the nation and its associated firms each year from donations, rent, purchases, speaking fees, government grants, although no one outside of Farrakhan's inner circle can say exactly how much cash the nation takes in each year, or precisely where the money goes. In contrast to churches that publish annual audited financial reports, the nation's fiscal dealings are shrouded in secrecy. Overall, the nation controls at least 5 separate financial accounts and shares directors and has other ties with half a dozen private security firms. 3 companies that sell soap and cosmetics, a publishing company, and 2 clothing firms. Related companies include a culture of bean pie shops that blast Farrakhan tapes into city streets from loudspeakers, and a clinic that sells an unlicensed drug, which it calls an AIDS cure. Wow. Okay. Despite anti-government rhetoric, 2 of the most lucrative nation-affiliated ventures, the security companies and the AIDS clinic, have since 1991 won federal contracts worth more than $15 million. See, when you have these nonprofits, you can get federal money, like they did, $15 million. The engine that drives the entire economic program is Louis Farrakhan, a 61-year-old impresario who quit teachers college to sing in nightclubs, but dropped that career to follow the teachings and preach the word of Elijah Muhammad, the nation's first supreme minister. Despite its name, the Nation of Islam is not affiliated with Orthodox Islam, whose religious leaders consider Farrakhan's tenets heretical. Heretical. Can't say it. Nation ministers teach that their founder, a Detroit silk peddler named Fard Muhammad, was the embodiment of God, and that Elijah Muhammad was a Messiah. Also, unlike mainstream Islam, the nation teaches that white people are grafted into existence 7,000 years ago by scientists who made them inherently deceptive and murderous. The nation's membership numbers have been kept secret under both Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan. Religious scholars, however, guess that there are about 20,000 followers, although estimates have ranged from as few as 10,000 to as many as 200,000. Farrakhan has patterned the nation's sprawling conglomeration of businesses and charities after those established by Elijah Muhammad, a tiny, stiff-lipped man who wore a star-embroidered fez and sank millions of dollars into building businesses in the black community. At its height in 1970s, court records show Elijah Muhammad's nation owned farms in 3 states, a newspaper that earned annual profits of $3 million, a Chicago supermarket that cleared $325,000 in sales of $1.7 million, a string of small bakeries and cleaners, some 40-odd area rental properties, and controlling interest in the Guarantee Bank and Trust Company on the South Side. Now, as you see here, this is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And notice the things that they get, right? The string of small bakeries, the cleaners, some 40-odd Chicago area rental properties. And I bet those rentals go to the people that are in the church. So you can't leave. And I said this last night, how like IUIC, they wanted brothers to become roommates, so everybody can spy on each other. So if you don't want to be in a cult no more, that means you're going to lose your apartment too, because none of the members are going to want to sit up in there with you, and you're not a member. They're going to tell you to kick you out. In 72, followers contributed $3.7 million to his treasuries. According to an audit done for the nation, the empire began to crumble even before Elijah Muhammad's death in 75. Riven by tax debts and internal corruption, it finally collapsed amid completing probate court claims of his heirs and ministers. But for all its flaws, the blueprint of Elijah Muhammad was the one that Farrakhan has fastidiously followed, even when business sense might dictate otherwise. Farrakhan has attempted to repurchase the very plots of land that Elijah Muhammad owned and has named many of his businesses and religious treasuries after him. Considered by many to be a peerless public speaker, Farrakhan ear-rattling rhetoric expresses the rage of racism's victims, particularly the young, who feel abandoned by mainstream black leaders. See? He articulates a vision of economic promise, one in which princes are raised from the ghetto's hardest streets and trodden down women are lifted to wealth and majesty. You hear this? And by renewing calls to repatriate, shit. Uh, repatriate, repatriate. Self-sufficient economy. He taps into a rich and enduring vein of American thought, the dream of a black nation. Everything about him, from the sheen of his silk suits and alligator shoes to the smooth power of his customizing Lincoln Town Car limousine, bespeaks influence and power. What's up, Chris? Like the sermons he calls from biblical passages, the Quran and his lessons of Fard Muhammad, the minister's economic program is an improvised passage of ideas and inspiration and reflects his particular concerns, cleanliness, security, and showmanship. The businesses, however, have not fared well. Now we're going to get into it. There is perhaps no better case study of the Nation of Islam venture than the soap selling program that once served as a foundation for Farrakhan's economic program. The soaps, shampoos, lotions are distributed through a complex interlay of companies that drift in and out of businesses, sharing headquarters and officers, sometimes but not always filing state and corporation papers. Farrakhan named the soap program Power Incorporated, the acronym for People Organized and Working for Economic Rebirth. Started with a $5 million interest-free loan from Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi, Power was never meant to just sell soap. It was a rallying cry for the birth of a new black nation. When Farrakhan launched it in 1985, he told a Washington, D.C. audience that Power would spark an international movement. The time has come. The man has come. You know how he talked. He told the roaring crowd, I guarantee within 5 years we will have $1 billion corporate entity. He urged the audience to check this out. He urged the audience to join Power buying club by donating $10 up front and pledging to buy $20 worth of soaps, shampoos, and other products per month. Now, we just read what the numbers could be in his group. Now, you know everybody kicked up that $10 to donate for the buying club, right? So they said they had up to, what was it? 20? Between 10,000 and 200,000. So just do the math, people. Do the math to that. Right? He mimicked TV commercials in which black people turned to the camera and told America, I brushed this morning with power. But soap sales were just the beginning, Farrakhan said, by leaking poorly served black consumers with black manufacturers who had been shut out of the mainstream marketplace. Power's buying club would lay the foundation for a self-sufficient economy that would soon offer travel services, clothes, and all manner of necessities. With the profits, Farrakhan vowed to accomplish what government programs seemingly could not: create jobs and invest in black hospitals and new universities. Yeah, right. But instead, the story of Power has been dizzying, decade-long drama of extravagant promises and quiet failures. Flight from creditors and impassioned appeals for more cash from the impoverished black Americans who formed the core of the Nation of Islam. Who forms the core of the Nation of Islam? The impoverished black Americans. You see where I'm going here? Farrakhan has told his faithful but black Muslim chemists develop the soap formulas, and another Muslim brother who knew the business helped to set up the factory. Now listen, but at least one of the products, Aloe Fresh soap, is made and packaged by a white-owned company in Memphis. When shipped to the nation's South Washburn Avenue warehouse, according to Kurt, then shipped to the nation's South Wabash Avenue warehouse, according to court records and interviews. We developed it for them, said Ken Curley, original sales manager at Memphis soap maker Valley Products Company. They told us what they wanted in it and how they wanted it to perform, and we developed the formula. Farrakhan's original partner in the deal, New Jersey-based marketing analysis Alphonsia Wellington, said he's not sure how Gaddafi's $5 million was used. Wellington said he bailed out of power in '85 because Farrakhan refused to share control. Farrakhan wanted power to be under the nation so that it would be totally controlled by the nation, he said. That was not what he had agreed to. We thought it had to be independent. Wellington said. Now, we see this with IUIC, with brothers that are IUIC that have talents and stuff. Anything that they want to do, say like, okay, I make garments. I make garments, right? Now, I make garments for the IUIC, right? And we sell them to the IUIC as a business. We're a business partner. So I do the things, and I'm in on it with the with IUIC, right? Now, if I want to do my own line, they won't want me to sell it to their members. I'll do another video on that. I don't want to go off something. I want to stay on this. I'll straighten that out later. That's not what we agreed to. Okay. To produce the first line of soaps and shampoos, Wellington had lined up one of his consulting clients, black cosmetics giant George E. Johnson, founder of Chicago's Johnson Products Company. I wonder if that's Johnson & Johnson. If anybody know, put it in the chat. He says, what? Soap is so easy to make. I know, right? And they kind of set up their own company. Yup. Right? Okay. But Farrakhan's speeches, laced with venomous anti-Semitism and praise for Gaddafi's outrage deal, alienated many of Johnson's distributors. Outraged and alienated many of Johnson's distributors. In October '85, although he had never received a single order to make a bar of soap, Johnson issued a statement formally ending his relationship with Farrakhan. Right? Check this out. This is it. I want to get to the numbers here. Where's the numbers? Goddamn numbers. I'm bugging. Did I mention it? Oh, I got it. It was in the Washington Post. It was saying how much money that he owed. Oh, it's on this one. God damn. What's that? If you have it already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And make sure you guys hit that like button. And share with your friends. All right? So, 1 second, y'all. Let me get this key article. Thought I had it on the board. This is the There's a nice restaurant. This is so. Just want to get these numbers here for you guys so you guys can see it for yourself. Washington Post. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is okay. All right, back in business, y'all. All right. Nation of Islam business is debt ridden, paper says. Nation of Islam financial empire is saddled with debt, failure, fraud allegations, yet leader Louis Farrakhan and some of his relatives live lavishly, right? Okay. Wait. I read the numbers. I did read the numbers. I read the numbers, right, guys? Yeah, I did read it. I did read the numbers. It was in the article. Yeah, I read the numbers. I remember reading it. Just in case. I'm going to read this shit again. Just in case. IRS is also trying to collect $93,000 in taxes from the nation linked soap distribution, which the Tribune says owes more than $15,000 to creditors. Furthermore, a Chicago building that Farrakhan calls, I read this. He owes $1 million in property tax. So, with all that shit being said, Mission buys a 10-year heap of unpaid bills. He said talking about it, they tearing his ass up. All right, I got that. That's all said. All right, so as we see, they took $5 million from Omar Gaddafi and did absolutely nothing with the money. Absolutely nothing. They're owing tax debts. They owe the people that was investing in them. They owe the people that went into business with them. What are they doing? $5 million fucking dollars? $5 fucking million. And let's just say they got 10,000 members, right? If they split up that goddamn money, $5 million. And I know for a fact, it doesn't cost that much money to start a soap business. Or product, shampoos, and none of that shit. They could have easily went overseas and had that shit done. Or did that shit themselves, like Pete said. Pete says, nothing for the Islamic community, but I bet the family is straight. Exactly. This is how we saw the Comforter, right? Got a chauffeur bringing his kids to private school. But the code will tell you, why are you spending money on a private school for your kid? They ain't gonna brainwash them with the devil's logic anyway. That money could go into pushing the truth to wake our people up. These motherfuckers is crazy. And the niggas like, yeah, I guess so. But a lot of it is intimidation. Because, like, a normal person would be like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. But they'll put that fear in you. And it might not be the fear of the group, but they put the fear of God in you. They'll put God in the mix. They'll put God in the mix. For those of you want to get out the goddamn cult, there's some information here for you. I'm going to put it in the chat. Culteducation.com. Read up on it, people. Read up on it. Hell yeah, he flipped that money a couple times. They're talking about, I don't know. They probably even set the shit up to make it look like a failure. And like they don't got no money, so they don't have to give that $5 million back. I bet you. What up, Chris? See this shit, y'all? This shit is crazy, yo. It's absolutely fucking crazy. Y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all just gonna keep on doing it. Y'all gonna keep on doing it. Until one of y'all kids get killed. Until y'all husband come up in the room one night and shit and blow your fucking head off. Until one of the elders take your wife. Y'all gonna keep playing. Y'all's gonna keep going. So let me read the second part of this video here. What's the one I wanted to read here? Yeah, I wanted to go over this fact sheet. Nah, but I'll jump right to the good shit. Okay. This man right here. Judge orders arrest of Kansas City cult leader who claimed to be Allah. Royal Jenkins, as he appears in the Nation of Islam, United Nation of Islam's Wikipedia page. Nearly 6 months after ordering a cult leader and his group to pay almost $8 million in damages to a woman they effectively enslaved for 10 years. A federal judge has ordered the cult leader's arrest. That's why I haven't heard from this nigga. Yep. Josh, you heard me talk about this dude before. He said he Allah in the flesh, goddamn it. He ain't got no goddamn teeth in his mouth either. Royal Jenkins was the founder and leader of the Value Creators Incorporated, formerly known as the United. Wow, so they changed the name after the controversy, right? Formerly known as the United Nation of Islam. On Friday, U.S. District Judge Daniel Crabtree issued a bench warrant for his arrest after finding that Jenkins had ignored numerous court orders. In May, Crabtree found that Jenkins and the Value Creators, which is based in Kansas City, Kansas, had forced Kendra Ross to work without pay for various businesses run by the group from the time she was 11 years old. What I told y'all? What the fuck I told y'all? What did I tell y'all? They're gonna have you working for free. How many times I gotta tell you that shit? This shit. Oh, it's not a cult. It's not a cult. Oh, it is a cult. It's a culture. Stupid fucking fools. Shit is crazy, yo. Wait, P says the group suffered bad. He was as bad as Ben and me people having to ask if they can go to the hospital. See that shit? Here with when I was first I came into Hebrew Israelites, they didn't believe in like blood transfusions and shit like that. Because they said you're not supposed to break your seal of your skin. So if you needed blood or whatever, or you needed an organ or something, you just supposed to die. A lot of people don't know that shit. See? Here's the reckless here with reckless disregard of plaintiff's health and safety, defendants intentionally and maliciously trafficked and forced her to work in their residencies for excessive hours, all with no pay or benefit. Crabtree wrote in his 57-page ruling. Crabtree's damage award was believed to be the biggest verdict. And now check this out, too. Check this out. For the coats that don't pay their workers or volunteers, however they want to put it, right? They supposed to have a record of how many hours they supposed to have a record of their of the work that they've done, even though it's not being paid. They're not being paid. But check this out. I bet you they were claiming those workers with the money. So if you're in the coat and you're donating your time for doing websites or printing T-shirts or making garments or doing graphic designs and shit, right? And you're not getting paid for it, guess what? They're still clocking your hours. They're still clocking your hours. And guess what? They're paying you, but the check isn't going to you. The check is going to them. They're probably writing a check every week. $300, $400. And guess where that's going? Right in their pockets. And now they get to take money out of the organization, out of the nonprofit, and put it in their pocket. And it's washed up. They wash the money. See that? You see this shit? All y'all have to do is just read these articles. Y'all can see this shit yourself. And y'all think I'm bullshitting, just be talking and shit. Just be yapping out the fucking mouth. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. 22 years of this shit. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And look, we're reading the articles and they're fucking saying the same shit. The courts are finding out they're doing the same shit. Crabtree's damage award was believed to be the biggest verdict ever awarded in a human trafficking case. Neither Jenkins nor lawyers representing him or the value creators appeared at the Bay hearing. Oh, damn, the lawyer didn't even show up. Damn. Jenkins is thought to reside in Arizona, but listed in Kansas City, Kansas phone number on the docket in Ross' case. A person who answered the phone at that number claimed to be Jenkins' Elias, and said he would forward a request for comment to Jenkins. Jenkins, a long-distance trucker, declared himself to be Allah 4 decades ago. At the end of the testing period, 1978 and a half, 2 scientists, angels, actually came physically and took me on. Listen to this shit, y'all. Listen to this goddamn shit. Listen to this fucking shit. At the end of the testing period, 1978 and a half, 2 scientists, which were angels, actually came physically and took me on a small craft around the universe to acquaint me with who I am and what already exists, to ensure my success in being myself, Allah, the supreme being. Jenkins wrote on his website according to a detailed investigation by the Pitch magazine in 2003. In Kansas City, Kansas, the value creators operated a variety of businesses with the word your in their names. Your dinner, your supermarket, your service station, your colonic center. Jenkins was a member of the now. See how they do that shit? See, they put your in their names. So now it makes you feel like you're a part of it. You know, niggas and shit. I was going through this shit since I was a little kid. Like I had my own like company and shit. I was in high school and shit. I had my own skateboard company, right? And there was my boys and stuff. They all want to be down. Like they so-called like started it with me, right? But I'm the only motherfucker doing the work, right? No one has to drive to do anything. I'm the only motherfucker doing it, right? But all they wanted to do is just to be able to go around and say, hey, yeah, we got a skate company. But you mean do shit. What do you do? Nothing. Just like motherfuckers that know somebody boy open up a store or something like that. Like, yeah, man. Yo, that's my store over there. That ain't your store, nigga. You just hang out in there with the nigga. That's your boy. But you act like that's your shit. I see it all the time. Yo, this is our thing that we got going. No, it is not your thing, nigga. You ain't do shit. Right? And he put your, that's the brainwash process, right? Just like Judah Nazareth. This is our group. There is no leaders. Hear that shit? Yup, cook the books in that case too, P. The motherfuckers, real Chef Boyardees, goddammit. Right? Jenkins was a member of the Nation of Islam, a group founded by Elijah Muhammad, but after Elijah Muhammad's death, Jenkins left the organization and founded United Nation of Islam. In her lawsuit, Ross, who is now in her late 20s, alleged that Jenkins had at least 13 wives and 20 children. She said she was forced to cook, clean, babysit, work without pay or benefits for them in businesses owned by the group around the country. She also said she was subjected to physical and emotional abuse and was rarely given time off. In ordering Jenkins' arrest, Crabtree noted that Jenkins had not responded to requests by Ross' attorney to determine the extent of Jenkins' assets. The court thus concluded that a bench warrant calling for the United States Marshal to apprehend Royal Jenkins in his appropriate sanction for his demonstrated civil contempt of the court, Crabtree wrote on Friday. Ross' lawyer, Betsy Hudson, with the McGuire Woods law firm, said that Jenkins had not shown up for any of the court proceedings and, apart from 2 court filings, had not participated in the case. He hasn't otherwise showed up or made any attempts to follow the court's orders or otherwise respond timely to the things that we filed, Hudson said. It's been a challenge to serve him personally, and I imagine that the U.S. Marshals are going to find it challenging to track him down as well, she said. Hudson said that while lawyers have not recovered the full $8 million, we have made significant progress in terms of garnishing some of the bank accounts, and we identified a lot of the properties and businesses that they own. It just takes time. See that? See that? Killer B be bullshitting though, right? Killer B be bullshitting. I be bullshitting, right? Muslim cult trafficking woman for a decade, starting when she was 11, forcing her to work for free and subjecting her to emotional abuse. A young woman who escaped the Muslim cult is now suing the group, claiming she was physically and emotionally abused and made to work without wages for the decade that she was a follower. Kendra Ross was 11 years old. Listen what she had to do. She went to various cities throughout the country to do this. Work at restaurants owned and operated by the group. After a full day of work, she says she was then expected to go home and do all the cooking and cleaning in the group homes where she lived with other. See this? See this? What did I just see? Now, I haven't read this yet. I pulled it up. I was like, all right, this is good. This is what I'm going to fuck with tonight. Right? I haven't even read this shit. A lot of shit I do on here, I don't even read. Sometimes I don't. It'd be the first time I read it when I read it to y'all. Right? So check this shit out. Peace, Josh. The group home. What did I say IUIC would do? They wanted brothers to get an apartment together. So what that does, that keeps everybody under wraps. That keeps you hooked in. No matter what you do, you're associated with the group. And if you're associated with the group, you have to do what the group says. Know what I'm saying? Say like you got a problem eating pork, right? Now, you want to get out of your parents' house. Your mom and dad acting crazy and shit, right? Or you think they acting crazy, right? And they tired of hearing you talk about this Israelite and this goddamn Nation of Islam bullshit, right? So what they'll do, it's like, well, brother, you need to get out from under your parents anyway. You a grown man, so you get on your feet, brother, and you get your wife and all this shit, right? You're like, yeah. So they'll make it easy for you, right? They'll put you in an apartment with a bunch of brothers and still make you pay rent. You can pay rent. And you best believe that rent totals up is more than what the rent costs. You best believe that. And if you eat pork, you got 10 brothers in the house breathing down your fucking neck. Nigga, I smell bacon. Know what I'm saying? I smell bacon, nigga. You be eating pork? Nigga, I'm telling the elder. Know what I'm saying? And then they'll embarrass you and shit. And now you have to go to class. You got to go to the Israelite class. Because you in the group, you in the house with everybody else. They going. What you going to say? I ain't going tonight? They can look at you crazy. Say you got a demon on you. All right? Said cooking and cleaning the group home where she lived with other NUOI members. She says she never received a cent for her more than 40,000 hours of labor. In the lawsuit filed, Ross estimates that the religious leaders withheld approximately $450,000 in wages. She asked that the jury award her these wages, in addition to more than $7 million in emotion and punitive damages. Did that shit? Louis Farrakhan said he was abducted by aliens. Judah Nazareth was chased down by aliens. Hear that? Or am I just bullshit? Am I bullshitting? See, that he says that is how it was with the group I was in. I was in too. 10 people to an apartment. See? Look at Ben and me. He asked up to 20 people in an apartment in Israel, children and all. See that shit? Now look, let me break something down to y'all, yo. Let me break something down to y'all. I'm about to fuck y'all heads up with this shit. Let me break this down to y'all. All right. Break this shit down to y'all. I was gonna break it down to y'all. I just lost my thought. But no, I get it back. Now what other people do, like Mexicans, Arabs, Indians, when they come to this country, now what the group will tell you is that the government gives them all types of stuff to start businesses and all this shit. No, they don't. They give you the same shit you can get, nigga. They get the same shit you can get if they get anything. Yup, fuck Benny me. Right? Now, what they do, now I was with somebody, yeah, that was yesterday. I was at somebody's house yesterday. The old man was telling me this shit, right? The same shit. I was like, yeah, you're right. Because I worked for an Arab and he told me how he did it. What they do, they move here, they get 6 people to an apartment or more. Now, so the house don't, sometimes it's a room. Fuck a apartment. It's a room. 1 room. 6 people. Laying on the floor, all that shit, right? Now, what they do is 6 people, 3 will work in the day, 3 will work at night. So the house isn't crowded already, right? So what they do is they work for a year. They save all their money. They save everything. Know what I'm saying? They buy little things and shit like that. They don't waste their money like in fast food, buying weed and liquor and shit like we did. Right? Thanks for the link, P. Do you and your family members need getting help out of a cult? Cult Information Center. CultEducation.com. Make sure y'all go check out that website. Right? So, 3 work in the day, 3 work at night. Now, the first year, they will take their money, buy a business, or buy a car. Say buy a car, right? They get the business before the car, probably, right? But what they'll do, say, I'll stick with business to make it easy, right? They buy a business. That goes to 1 person in the group. That business is owned by 1 person in the group. Now, they might work at this place. Maybe another person from there might work at that business with that guy, right? He gets paid. Now, that same money is going in the same pool again. The next year, the next person gets a business. The following year after that, the next person gets the business, right? Until all 6 have their own business. Right. They hit every food pantry in the city. Exactly. You can straight live off of that shit. Fuck grocery shopping. You can hit those goddamn food pantries. Shit. Those motherfuckers eat better than us. Straight up. You getting shit that you pass by in the grocery store. Like, shit, I ain't paid all that money for that shit. That's the shit that go to them. Straight up. We got one down the street. Them motherfuckers got shit filet mignon. Filet mignon, shit from Whole Foods. All types of shit, right? Straight balling. You eat better than them. Know what I'm saying? The people go to the pantry eat better than the motherfuckers and shit that can afford to buy all this shit. And they won't because the shit costs too goddamn much. And they go right to them. Right? So check this out. They get that and they have their businesses. And now you got 6 fucking stores. And guess where they at? In your neighborhood, nigga. Because the rent is cheap. Because the rent is cheap. That's why they're in your neighborhood. They're not in your neighborhood to oppress you. They're in the neighborhood because the fucking rent is cheap. Because they're struggling like everybody fucking else. Trying to make things work. Stupid. Oh, the Arabs taking over the city. What you mean they taking over the city? They working like every other fucking American. Well, you think they're gonna go into the white man neighborhood with a rent fucking 3-4 times the fucking price? For what? For what? They'll move there later. They move it later. They're moving there later. But for right now, they going on the Ave. They hitting the Ave, nigga. They're getting all the storefronts that you niggas won't fucking open. Y'all niggas hanging out in the corner, dealing all day and night, got all the money in the whole community, got everybody in the community's money, and won't open up shit. Then got the nerve to try to threaten an Arab or a Korean person. Oh, you're gonna have to pay me taxes if you're gonna open up a store on my block. The motherfuckers will blow your goddamn fucking heads off for that shit. That shit is crazy. Unfucking believable, man. Sickening. Fucking sickening. It really is. It's sickening. Get back to my thing. Right? He's trying to get 450,000 and plus 7 million. Abducted by aliens. That motherfucker got Colts in Newark, New Jersey, Harlem, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Dayton, Ohio, Temple Hills, Maryland, Mobile, Alabama. See? The children being educated at their schools. What we got over there, I think that's in Cleveland, maybe. Or Chicago. That dude, I'll call it Boys in the Hood. The dude, Hebrews in the Hood bullshit. That nigga, right? He said that they got their own school. They actually got a school, like a real school. Like an old elementary school or some shit. I'll be damned if I send my goddamn kids to that motherfucker. With a bunch of boogie eating niggas. Fuck out of here. See, the NUOI forces members to work at various businesses and all, including but not limited to restaurants, bakeries, supermarkets, gas stations, a sewing factory, construction company, the lawsuit says. Look, they got all this shit. They rolling in the dough. As detailed below, many members, including Mrs. Ross, work every day of the week with no breaks. Many members work at UNOI bakeries, restaurants, schools for 8-hour shifts during the day and were expected to do additional work, cooking, cleaning, and childcare when they returned home where they were staying. While UNOI still exists, though under a new name, the Value Creators, many of these businesses have since closed, suggesting plummeting in membership. See? Look, Ross was introduced into the religion by her mother. See? You putting your kids in this shit? And shout out to the brothers and shit that got enough sense not to get their kids involved in that shit. And shout out to the women, because I know the women got a big role in that. Like, fuck you. You're not putting that stupid shit on my fucking kid's head. You're not putting a fucking hula skirt on my fucking kid. Calling it fucking frenzies. Fuck around with these motherfuckers, man. We got 4 in here, but I don't give a fuck. I got the pedal to the metal, goddammit. Y'all call me a lie. I dare somebody to call me a goddamn lie. I hope the goddamn earth open up and swallow up every goddamn one of y'all motherfuckers. Just swallow your asses up and just close back. If I could give everything I got away for the earth to open up and close all you wicked ass motherfuckers up, I would do it. I would be ass naked on the street. Look, work full time in a restaurant. Now I told you this shit. How many times I told y'all this? What I told you, the dude told me years ago, the advice he gave me. That shit stuck at, yo, I swear to God, I wish I could find that brother right now. Straight up. His name was Rod Cod or something was his name. I remember right. Rod Cod. I remember I had his phone number written in the inside of my strongest coordinates and shit. This was probably like over 10 years or so back. I tried calling that number and shit. It was no longer like working and shit. But I really wish I could meet that brother. I would go, he was in Philly at the time. I would go to Philly and go and buy that brother a beer, straight up. That's the best advice I've ever got in this whole Hebrew Israelite cult walk. He told me the truth. But he was another one that left the cult but kept the doctrine. We have to be careful with that. When you leave everything there. I'm not saying lead the members. Like, I know some people click up with people and stuff like that. Tell them they don't want to listen to shit. Hey, what can you do? You did your part, right? You did your part. Or make videos like me and warn more people. The people that you didn't know, warn them. Because you owe. You owe society. You owe society. Not only did you fuck yourself up, but you fucked other people up. You fucked your family up. You fucked your kids up, your fucking relatives up. Because they had to deal with you, with your stupid shit. Motherfuckers trying to be nice to your ass. You telling them they got demons on them, that the Most High gonna kill them. And all types of shit. It's a relief now, too. Like, I get pissed off and shit where I'll say, the Most High gonna kill your ass. Now, I ain't got nobody to kill the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody to kill the motherfucker now and shit. So now I have to face reality. What did I do? Y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all don't fucking hear what I'm saying. Y'all don't listen. Y'all not listening to none of this shit. Forced to cook for a household of 25 people. Can you imagine that? You gotta cook for 25 motherfuckers? Forced to move to the group's outpost. We had in IUIC a motherfucker gonna let fucking the goddamn elder fucking stay in their house. And the nigga fucked the house up. Work at another restaurant 6 days a week. Given 3 days, Ross got into trouble with the group in 2009 when she refused to drink a gin-based beverage called Blood Rock. And one of Jenkins' relatives reported her. Oh, shit. Wait, hold on. I'm passing shit here. It was also at the time that the government started paying her welfare checks, since on paper she wasn't making any income despite her grueling off-the-book work for UNOI. Listen to this. She says that her welfare checks went straight to the fucking group. Went straight to the fucking group. Ross got into trouble with the people in 2009 when she refused to drink a gin-based beverage called Blood Rock, and one of Jenkins' relatives reported her. She was put on part-time status and given 3 days to find somewhere else to live. See what they do when you go off? Look, I done told you. I told you I ain't read this shit yet. And look, I already explained this shit to you on past videos. And look at it right here in front of you. The fuck is wrong with y'all motherfuckers? Like, for real, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Seriously. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You straight fucking retarded. We already fucking know that shit. You can't even deal with, like, fucking regular, everyday shit. Chris Harris tried to show y'all shit. Y'all don't fucking pay no attention to that shit. Y'all just fucked up in the fucking head and just saying any old goddamn thing out your mouth. Just to argue. Two. And I told you, Chris, keep your ass around them motherfuckers. I done told you what they are. I can't say it too many more times. Shit. Goddamn, Chris. Don't stand next to that dumb motherfucker and shit. Told you, that motherfucker gonna make an ass out of you. He gonna make an ass out of you. Like he did many other people before you met him. You forgot. Me and Josh know all about Lex. You saw when Josh fucking confronted Lex and shit, what he did? He tried to act like he didn't know the nigga. He know goddamn well who fucking Josh was. And Trey Tail. We all know that motherfucker, what he's done. Threatening to kill motherfuckers. And he is fucking the motherfucker homeless. A homeless motherfucker is gonna lead y'all motherfuckers out of American so-called captivity. Is y'all motherfuckers stupid? Is y'all fucking stupid? Stop standing next to that motherfucker. All the hard work you done, all the study you done, he gonna bring that shit to nothing. When you left the motherfuckers and shit, what did he say about you? That's what he really feels about you from the fucking start. From the start. That's what he feel about you. That's what he thinks of you. Look at Judah Nazareth. Look at the shit he says. That's what he thought of us from the fucking beginning. From the start. That's what he thought of you. Of us. You can't work nothing out with these motherfuckers. You know that shit. What I look like trying to work out something with Judah Nazareth? No, what the fuck kind of stupid ass shit is that? Shit fucking crazy, yo. And Willie Griggs has to tell you, I'm the motherfucker. No, fuck you, Yakim. Because you're just over here to giggle and laugh and shit. You don't give a fuck about none of this shit. You're a fucking cult flunky yourself. Or trying to fucking make one. And they ain't shit funny. Second, once being crazy. Know what I'm saying? But I'm saying real shit here. Like, I'm telling y'all for fucking y'all own good. I seen the shit. I went through all the shit before. Like I said last night, I've been around the block more than once. Yeah, keep laughing. Until somebody come in your house and blow your fucking and blow your head off and shit. For being in this stupid cult and not doing what you not doing what they tell you to do. Don't tie the motherfucker out. You about to have no motherfucking rich. He ain't do shit. Stop doing that fucking shit. He ain't do fucking nothing to get fucking blocked. All your ass need to do is show those fucking receipts and shit. I'm fucking Judah Nazareth. That's what the fuck you could do. You want to do something? Show them motherfucking receipts. Says, fuck was I? Forced to move the outpost. What the fuck did he do? He ain't fucking do shit. He fucking laughed. You in here blocking, you did that shit the other fucking day. Blocking people for no fucking reason. And half the fucking retarded ass shit you do, motherfuckers don't block you. Yeah, refused to drink a glass of rum or whatever the fuck it was. Ross went to live to her aunt with her aunt in Tennessee, who wasn't a member of the group. Despite being free of the group for the first time in her adult life, she felt a tug to return. And it's exactly what NOI leaders had intended. See that? I hope the brother, this is a good one they always say. Oh, I hope the brother comes to his senses and he can come on back. He can come back home. Look at those brothers that left. The two brothers that was in IUIC. They left after the first split in IUIC when the other elder left and started, what is they call it, UKOIC or whatever the fuck. He came back and they came back to IUIC and apologized for leaving and shit and whatnot. Supposedly the thing like broke up because Nate's wife was telling a sister in the congregation, I guess the other elder's wife, how Nate is like she's repulsed by Nate. She can't stand the nigga. Like said like in the bedroom, whatever the fuck. Like ain't no my business what they doing. But fucking she said like she can't do it. And the shit, you know how women talk, the shit went around the congregation and a split happened. During her time with her aunt, Ross wasn't allowed to speak to her. Wasn't allowed to speak to her family since they were still members of the church. This was the group's way of coercing Ross into rejoining, and it worked. In April 2010, she told leaders she wanted to make her record right with Allah. See? And had learned her lesson. She moved back to Dayton, where she lived with her sister, and for the next 2 years worked at a restaurant and as a maid for the group. At the age of 20, she was married to another member of the group after psychic doctors determined that they were compatible. See this shit? A psychic doctor determined that they were compatible. Now, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Once married, Mrs. Ross was forced to do all the cooking, cleaning, and housework in the home she shared with her UNOI husband. Like many UNOI husbands, hers practiced polygamy. See? In 2012, just after a year of marriage, Ross finally gathered her courage and strength to escape from UNOI. Since 2015, Ross has lived in a safe house to avoid detection by her former traffickers. In addition to an estimated 451,196 old her owed her for more than 4,000 hours of slave labor she performed for the group. Ross is also asking for $2,250,000 for her emotional suffering and $5 million in punitive damages to punish the defendants for the abhorrent and malicious trafficking practices. See? See the shit? It's so simple. So fucking simple. Value creators. Let me see if I can find a website. They got a Facebook page. I'll be fucking damn. Let me see something here. Oh man. Sorry all that fucking yelling and shit. But I get aggravated when I fucking silly motherfuckers be giggling and ha and shit. And pretending like they ain't fucking doing some shit. Like they supporting some shit. Fucking pretending. Fuck am I doing? Still only one.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, man. You seen the videos I've been putting up. The next one I'm gonna put up is gonna be of a coon trying to defend his white master's stories, and he's caught lying every step of the way. I mean, like I always say, if you start lying to defend your position, you have no position. So we're gonna put that up probably after this one. So discuss how the media, the white media, again, it aids the fact that Farrakhan is a coon agent. Because if you notice, the white media only focuses on Louis Farrakhan's Nation of Islam. In fact, that's the only one that they even recognize. So if Farrakhan were not an agent, why would you recognize him at all when you don't recognize the other groups? I mean, that should be pretty apparent right there. You know? Now, this is wild. But all these people are mentally ill, and all these guys, I know Eric Mama is going to be like, hey, what you mean, all these people? You know the ones, if it fits the bill, it fits. But when they claim that they're God, because I think they saw Elijah Muhammad, they saw the power, and they liked that. They wanted some of that. You
See?
know, and the goal with all these
See?
groups, Israelites, all these others, I admit, white man's laws are different, and the nature of man, you want more than one woman. That's why men cheat. One of the reasons, anyway.
That's why they join that shit, half
You
of
want
them.
more than one woman, but that's the whole goal. These guys get into these groups because they can get all these different women, and on the outside, it appears as if these women agree with the situation, they're down with the program. But with that being said, uh, these guys proclaim to be God. Royal, I think he was in the Nation of Islam when Elijah was alive, son of man. I don't think he was, but they all had a revelation that I'm God. Now I remember speaking to Royal when he was calling himself Brother Solomon uh, years ago, and he said he was God in person, Allah, the new Allah. I said, damn, the new one, huh? I'm like, damn, you would think there was only one. So I said, if this is true, he's like, I know it's true. I said, if this is a true revelation, then how come CNN, NBC, Fox, and all these other stations didn't get a hold of it? This sounds like blockbuster international news. God in person. He kind of smiled a little bit, and then he said something to the effect that they should be on it, but they're missing it. They're not up on it. Now, I thought that was a decent answer, but at the same time, I'm like, if you God, why don't you make them get up on it? So anyway, they disappeared. They just disappeared. And I was like, what happened to these people? Who are they? Where are they at? I just know they were in Kansas City, and they started spreading by their tentacles to, I don't want to say one-off states, but
All right, it's enough on that.
not necessarily New York, but Connecticut, not necessarily D.C., but Maryland, something like that. Like not Chicago, but Kansas City, you know what I mean? So I'm not trying to put these places down, but you know what I'm saying. Uh, I thought that was pretty unusual. And I think they even got to.
All right, you talking about some whole other shit. But yeah, as y'all can see here, I showed and proved once again. What the fuck is this shit? The value creator side. This might not be. It could be the page though. It could be it. Let me see. Contents. Oh, who else knows? Oh, this is I guess this is an exposed page for the value creators. Let's check this shit out here. Who else knows that Kevin T. Kyle is just ghostwriting for Royale, but Royale is hiding from Mr. Bobo? The fuck? Wow. Okay, let's get into this. All right. About as much power as a dead battery. In April this year, William had a meeting conference threatening the 3% with destruction in 3 days if they do not accept the value creators succeeding from America. Nothing happened, and they still are paying their taxes and are 501c3. Speaking of broken promises, everyone who has experienced the UNOI, just think of all the people that Royale stated on tape that he was going to heal. I recall one specific meeting where Royale came out saying he was going to heal everybody. That too didn't happen. So, can any of you identify just one single person who Royale said he would heal, who was actually healed, meaning they are better physically afterwards than they were before he made them that promise? However, can you identify any of the people Royale said he would heal who have passed? Now, can you identify people who need to be healed because of having been in the UNOI and been misled because of the experience? I think you get the point. The recent phone conference with Rawl and William had Kareem Allah, pointing out such a disconnect between the body of knowledge of the original Allah, she hosted, and William trying to remember the things that the original Allah spoke through her. It was funny listening to William trying to be the original Allah. And all of the communications were received through the host of the original Allah, always spoken clear, definite, precise, while William speaks like he doesn't even know the people are actually listening to what he's saying, much less know what words to use. Then there was a letter published from the original Allah that Royal told the Value Center members was from Satan and not to be read. Yet on the conference, when the same letter was brought up, there was no talk about being from Satan because the host was there and bore witness to the authenticity of that he called mine. Teacher who would tell them whatever their itching ears want to hear. They will reject the truth and chase after myths. Wow. Okay. So I got something else. So somebody getting ready for next week's meeting. See? Continue to amaze me that grown people still follow a guy around who has produced absolutely nothing except pipe dreams and gross misuse of the language in people's lives. No coffee, one restaurant with 10 people behind the counter. No farmland, no real organization, but plenty of threats to people who want to use their own brain. See? In New York this weekend, there were hardly anybody there but VC for 3 hours. They were testifying like Christians, screaming and shouting. If they were up to the modern times, they could have done that on a webcam, and everybody saved their money and their travel time. Oh, that's red suit, they said. Santa Claus wears a red suit too, so figure that out. I really feel sorry for those children and youth have no idea what they are involved with. Shame on their parents. See? See that? Look what they do. Show your face. Show your face. Look at the cult. Look at the cult members. Looks like you all suffer from a case of jealousy. I guess you all hate royally and original Allah. I'm Charles 4X in Houston. Are you afraid to state your name, coward? Or maybe you're a Christian. Let's see where you'll be starting in 2017. Let's see what the reply is. You must be, oh shit, that motherfucker sounds just like me. You must be a new one. You must be a newcomer. Look at this shit right here. Look at this shit right here. Look at this shit right here. The same shit I say. The same words. Y'all see this shit? Do y'all see this shit? You still with me, Pete? You must be a newcomer, all full of zest and little to no experience or knowledge to look beyond the physical. What your name is does not matter at all. Who you are doesn't matter at all. I do what I want to do, not what makes you or any of you feel comfortable. Got something coming for you guys real soon. Stay tuned. Study this. God makes things happen, and I'm not a Christian. See that? They come right in. Show your face. You a bitch. You gay. Wow. It's correct shirt size this time. And we adults yet bastard. Who gets put out for daring to use their brain. See? Did we learn to submit to you as well? Any more universes out there with wrapping paper and bowls all over everything just for me? Y'all hear that shit? You know what I'm saying? You gonna own the Earth universe. Remember I played that video the other day? That motherfucker said, we gonna be flying through the galaxies. That nigga said we gonna be flying through the fucking galaxies. That nigga said we gonna be flying through the goddamn galaxies. And look, he said any more universes out there with wrapping paper and bowls all over everything just for me? You can own the whole universe. You can be able to fly to Jupiter. You can be able to fly to the Venus. You can be able to fly to Saturn and meet Judy Nazareth on the cube. These motherfuckers is dumb as fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit, man. Such a waste of the members proceeds from the efforts to be going from city to city with this carnival show. Wonder what dumb questions are going to be asked at the mic today. Maybe I'll show up and see for myself. They blaming distractors. They're blaming distractors for one of his wives having a difficult childbirth. Unbelievable. You know, these demons and stuff, they trying to attack the baby. They trying to attack the baby. They trying to put demons on the baby. Holy shit, man. Wow. All right, this is a good channel. Oh, this is one of the stories, I guess. Report of two black sisters doing what it takes. All those high fluting gods and goddesses and the high creators to do. Just shaking my nappy head. Oh, okay. Wait. Are they part of that? Wait, let me see if I can see. Is that part of it? Or is he saying that's two sisters doing what it takes? All those high fluting. Okay, I guess they started their own shit. They need to get the fuck out of that shit. Fish and chicken. Fish or chicken, 3 sides and 1 dessert for $10. What is that? Isn't this the country that the value creators went to get healed? And I guess this is how God Williams shows his gratitude. Oh, an earthquake. This shit is crazy, yo. The art of the blank face is truth and made her, however, the people was set free. Whether this is true remains. However, we know world taught you all that if what you do even gives the appearance of wrong, you are wrong for that aspect alone. Truth is not personal or dependent on your so-called love of royalty. Feel free to comment about any and all of the questions that they will not allow you to comment on. Question asks purposely why the new Allah came to the planet being served. Has the purpose why the new Allah came to the planet being served? No. Question. What is new Allah's purpose? Answer. To destroy the cause of death. Satan. Explanation. Study the solution called If I Were Satan by Royale. Number 3. Question. So why did the original Allah share that royal? The new Allah has done Allah's duty perfectly. Answer. The duty of teaching mathematical things. Wait, hold on. So why did the original Allah share that royal? The new Allah has done Allah's duty perfectly. The duty of teaching. The answer is the duty of mathematical thinking. Okay, whatever. Mathematics, science, and geometry. Let me get Charles back up. Let me get Lamar. See if I can get Lamar. No, brother, no face killer. No face killer. Make sure y'all hit that goddamn like button. Up in here. Right. But the value. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, man. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. And what Killer B do? Keep them motherfuckers running. That's what I do. They got a head for the hills when I'm coming through. They got a head for the goddamn hills. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, you live on the goddamn Witchfinder General show, goddamn it. What up?
What Allah about?
I ain't say you live, motherfucker. I said you live on the goddamn Witchfinder General show. Fuck you doing? Playing video games?
Nah, laying down.
All right, well, get your ass up, shit. We got shit to do, goddamn it. Get your ass up. But
Y'all stop blocking comments.
Yeah, right? Right? Tell him, Willie Grits. Tell him. Tell him, Willie Grits. Tell him.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, whether it's right or wrong.
Yep. Yep. Unbelievable. We always got to deal with some shit.
And who cares if a Muslim sat there and bought the corner store down the street? Why don't you get your ass up and go buy that shit yourself?
Exactly. 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 Like the shit said only for sale to Arabs.
That should be cracking me up.
Yup. Yeah, so you see that shit, yo? The motherfuckers free labor, nigga. That bitch had, excuse me, I ain't gonna mean to call her a bitch. But stupid though. She fucking stupid. No, she's stupid. Cause she know better. She not dumb. Dumb means she ain't know no better. Shit. No, maybe she was dumb. She was young and shit. She was young. Alright, maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a little dumb and stupid. But fucking 400,000 hours, nigga?
I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah. 400,000. This bitch, yo, she worked for 400,000 hours, nigga, for free. In the cult. But they awarded her ass like 8 million. But they can't find the nigga to get the money. And what I had, yeah. I had another article. I might have that on the board. Because they said he was taking the money and planning it around. Know what I'm saying? He was taking the money out and giving it to other motherfuckers. So they can't go after it. So like when they go after it, there's nothing there to take.
So what they put it? They put it in the LLC.
No, I guess they would just tell the motherfuckers to hold on to this bread. Like I guess.
Yeah.
It's like just hold on to this bread and shit real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like hold on to this bread real quick. Yeah, man, this shit is crazy, yo. What the fuck they be doing, yo? And these people fall for this shit. The motherfuckers fall for this shit, Willie Grits. This shit is crazy, yo. And everything that I say that these cults do, we just fucking read it. We just fucking read it. This shit is in court documents that the shit is going on. I never even heard of this group before. I knew about Royale, though. I knew about Royale, but I didn't know he changed the name and the human trafficking shit. I ain't know nothing about that shit. Because he was out here. He was by Yale. They had a mosque or whatever over there by Yale. They said a little bean pie shop and shit. That shit is crazy, yo. And they had, I was talking about the rooming houses and shit. And P said, yeah, they did that shit where she was at. Bro, these motherfuckers got the handbook. They got the fucking handbook, yo. I wish I was this wicked. Straight up. I wish I had no motherfucking conscience and I was wicked as a son of a bitch, nigga. I'd be getting fucking paid, motherfucker. Getting fucking paid, nigga. Fucking Tazadakia got 5.3 million. This son of a bitch and shit taking everybody fucking shit too. God damn. Fucking Louis Farrakhan fucked up 5 million. How you fuck up $5 million, Joe? How? Fucked up $5 million. He ain't fucked that money up. He didn't fuck that. He made it look like he fucked that money up. He like, fuck that old white Arab motherfucker. That stupid nigga.
He didn't mess that money up.
Huh?
Yo, Farrakhan, he didn't mess that money up. Farrakhan's smart, though. He's not an idiot.
Yeah. But on the books, he fucked that money up. But like I said, yeah, he ain't fucking, he ain't that fucking, like you said, that motherfucker ain't dumb. He ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo, you can tell by the way that he talk.
Yup. You got that far. But you see, like, he owe all this money, but then makes it look like he can't afford to pay any of this shit. But you get to see all the fucking shit that he got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got this
It's
new
the same
Bentley.
thing when like look at 50 Cent.
Exactly.
He claimed he claimed bankruptcy so he didn't have to pay that lawsuit.
Yup. Exactly. Exactly. That was for his kid, right? Wasn't that for child support or some shit?
Nah, I think Rick Ross's wife. He put out a picture or a video on Rick Ross's wife, and Rick Ross's wife sued him for X amount of dollars.
Oh shit. Yeah, I thought that shit was something over his son or some shit. He would pay his
So he
child support.
filed for bankruptcy,
God
and
damn.
the their attorneys said that he owns like cars and yachts and all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
But he ain't got
And
no
he
money.
said, look, he said, my career is a facade. I don't own anything. I rent everything.
Yeah. Yup.
I don't own diamonds. I rent it.
See?
My whole career is a facade. Man, he filed bankruptcy.
Same shit with Takashi 6ix9ine. The same shit. Well, them niggas actually trying to kill niggas and shit. But
Yeah,
yeah, but his
I don't think he gonna make it out of jail. If he do make it out of jail, he was in solitary confinement the whole time.
yeah.
That
Shit. He almost got time served.
he not home.
I know, but he almost got time served. He ain't got too much
Yeah,
to be longer to be up in there.
he only gotta do 2 years.
Yeah, but he done did fucking good 10 months already, right? But no. No, that shit wasn't that long
Uh,
ago. But maybe it was.
yeah. I think you're right. It's about a year.
Yeah, so he only got another year. He only got like 1 year to go. Cause that shit start from the time they pick your ass up if you incarcerated. That
Yeah,
goes
time
off of your
served.
sentence. Yeah, that comes off your sentence.
Yep.
So they just making him stay up in there like another year. And shit, he probably get parole. So that motherfucker might be home in like 4 or 6 months.
Nah, I think you gotta do at least 90% of the time because it's a federal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's federal. Yeah, these niggas fucking that shit crazy though. But it goes to show you too, like you said, like 50 Cent said, I rent everything. This shit. It's all on the side. I rent all this shit. I don't own this goddamn shit.
Yo, I mean, look at Trump.
What I let him? They ain't impeach
Yo,
that nigga
he
yet?
fucked up $1 billion in 10 years.
God damn. Well, a nigga
A
can do that.
billion
You give
dollars.
$1 billion
Hey,
to a nigga, he'll
yo,
fuck it
the
up in
time
less
that
than 10.
listen, and look at the era that he fucked up $1 billion. It was like from like 83 to like 95. Like
Damn.
it was like the late 80s to the early 90s.
And he supposedly don't do drugs or drink because his brother
Nah, it
died
was
and shit.
on it was in his financials, business financials, and his tax returns.
He did some comfy shit. Did some comforting shit, nigga. That nigga filed fucking. I made $5,000 last year, but
Yo,
really
think
made
about it.
five
Who
hundred
fucked
thousand.
up? Yo, listen.
Uh-huh.
Who fucks up $1 billion in the crack era?
Crackhead. You give $1 billion to a nigga, he'll fuck that shit up. He'll fuck it up in less than 10. This nigga, you know him too. I ain't gonna say his name and shit. But nah, I ain't gonna say his name and shit. But the nigga fucked up a lot of motherfucking money, niggas. In like 2 weeks. Burn. I heard niggas burn through that shit, yo. Like 2 weeks. Like mad bread. Nah, niggas got shit now. This shit crazy. But fuck it. Yeah, man, that shit is what it is. It is what it is, yo. Yo, and the people, and there's gonna be more people to come and join the cult. There's gonna be more people. Soon as the other niggas leave, they're gonna have some more dummies. I wonder at the rate. This shit is almost like a YouTube channel, nigga. The cult game is like a YouTube channel. Know what I mean? You just shoot your shit. and a nigga like your shit, he'll subscribe and shit. Know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. That shit is wild as fuck. But a big organization like the Nation of Islam in debt, and they supposed to be all like ruly and like so proper and disciplined and all this shit. If you got goddamn discipline and shit, how the fuck you owe the motherfucking government all that goddamn money? Explain that shit to me.
It's business. Just because you're in the red on paper doesn't mean that
Right.
you're not in the black in the bank.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. They make it look like that.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers push money around different places and shit. And some of the shit could still be like it's still being used, so the result of the business transaction hasn't come yet. Like, know what I'm saying? Like you in the red and shit until further notice. That's the best way I can put it. This shit. But yeah, man, this shit's crazy, yo. I can't believe how well these articles showed all the shit that I be saying. And I bet we could go to some random other cult and we're gonna see the same goddamn shit. We're gonna see the same goddamn shit, yo. If these niggas fight this hard for their like what do you call it? For their movement or whatever the fuck. Imagine if these niggas fought, all those people fought against these cults like that. Went really hard like that.
My mother, when I was a kid, my mother used to say, tell me all the time, yo, if you did this much work to try to get out of the work than to do the work,
Yep.
you would have been doing the work that you were supposed to be trying to get out of.
That's just true sometimes, yo. That shit is true, yo. That shit is true.
You spent all day not to do these dishes in the sink when you could have sat there and just did the dishes for 20 minutes.
Yep.
And now you're grounded. But now you're grounded for 2 days because you didn't do the dishes.
Yep. Could have went outside and played and anything and shit.
Yep.
Would have been done. Would have been done. Could have went outside and played, ride your bike, whatever the fuck you wanted to do and shit. But no. Your ass spent all day trying to make every excuse not to do this shit. And end up fucking yourself. Yup. It's true. Yup. And these motherfuckers are just sick people. That's why I can't stand them no more. I refuse to like conversate with them. Like I'm in another group, right? And this is some like weirdo fucking niggas in there. Like, they just angry. Like, angry at what? Like, why are you mad at me, nigga? You don't even know my name, nigga. You just hate my motherfucking ass. This hate me. Didn't even watch the video either. Niggas just hear about me and shit. Just hate me. Some motherfucker trying to tell me about Hebrew. I'm like, bro, I was in the cult for fucking 22 years. Well, my boy, he a real Israelite. I said, what camp he was part of? He said the name and shit. I was like, he was a member of the school? Like, he went to classes? Nah, he didn't go to class. So he wasn't no fucking Israelite. Straight like that, nigga. Straight like that. Know what he was? He was a nigga that sit on the corner with the camp. Like, you know how the motherfuckers be teaching, right? Now, say like if you took interest to those motherfuckers, you going out there every Saturday to go check those niggas. You bring your notebook and everything and shit. And you'll sit there and be writing your notes down that they giving and shit. Because you want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear that shit. Just like a lot of niggas, we used to doing this shit, right? Like, we used to smoke and shit. Like, there was only, like, this different parts of my time in the group where I wasn't, like, fucking smoking and shit. But, you know what I'm saying? The L going around and shit. And niggas, like, shit, this shit burning. And we getting some, like, knowledge, some, like, fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Some brain candy and shit with it. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers like that shit. So they gonna come around all day. Know what I mean? So, like, that's how these motherfuckers get hooked in. But this dude was talking about and shit. I'm like, he obviously wasn't the material that they were looking for. Because they would have snatched them up. Like, oh, brother, I see you coming to the camp every week and stuff, brother. Like, know what I mean? Yeah, you can come to our classes and all this shit. So something wasn't right about him. Because a lot of these motherfuckers, the issue the cults have is when a motherfucker want to be in the cult, but his life is in cult material. He's not willing to sacrifice stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he won't say, for instance, like, celebrate Christmas. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna
I
stop.
understand you. I understand what you're talking about. Get to the point.
I try to break it down. I'm talking to more people than you, Willie Grits. Goddamn.
Bro,
Y'all see
I'm
Willie
about to
Grits
go
getting out my
sleep,
ass
man.
and shit? Get to
I'm
the
about to
point.
go to sleep.
Just spit it out, motherfucker. Spit it out. Yeah, but like, I don't know, man. Fuck shit. I'm about to close this bitch up and shit. But let's see how many people. Goddamn, 4 motherfuckers
Shabby, stop deleting people's comments. I'm out.
That's it. Willie Grits gonna get out of this motherfucking ass and shit. God damn it. Oh shit. God damn, you're gonna have Willie Grits to worry about. You got something. Well, thank you, Willie Grits, for coming on and shit. Coming on the goddamn Witchfinder Generation.
Peace, love, and harmony.
You got that phone number for them? I think he hung up already. So you get that phone number and shit. That suicide hotline. Oh, we got 6 people in here now? Well, goddamn. Y'all motherfuckers late. Well, only 2 people late, I guess. I had 4 strong and shit all night. 4 strong. God damn it. Shit. Whoever listens to this shit, good luck, y'all. Appreciate it. Hit that goddamn like button. Only got 4 likes. B, you pass out yet? Yeah, people. So that's another one down. Got another good one for y'all tomorrow. Shit, if my head get together, I remember what it was. I'm burnt fucking toast, goddamn it, burnt toast. But yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by and stuff. It's 3:00 in the morning here. I'm trying to get a little bit of rest. I might try to do one in the morning, maybe early afternoon or something like that. I'm gonna try. But yeah, once again, thanks everybody for stopping by. Peace to all the free thinkers. That's right, P. That's right. P, we gonna get their asses, P. We burning them, P. We burning them. We got P sitting here chilling with me and shit, helping burning these motherfuckers up and shit. We burning these goddamn motherfuckers up. Yup. Fucking Shavyal about to lose his motherfucking wrench. That was gonna happen. Yup. I told him that's why he didn't get it in the first goddamn place. That's why I didn't want him to have it in the first place, because you don't know how to act like civilized goddamn. But, yup, he don't fucked up. Old Shavion don't fucked up this shit. Told him. That probably was him that left. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, it's time to get out of here. I'm like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long. But yeah, I gotta study all this shit. It erases when I end the screen, so that's just kind of stupid. But yeah, gonna head on out of here. I'm gonna bless y'all with that track again by the No Face. Brother Lamar, peace. Join the battle. Like, share, subscribe, motherfuckers. Like, share, subscribe. Killer me the goddamn West Side of Ghetto. You got a witch? I'll burn that goddamn ass.
True talk, I'll recognize true talk, I never lie. The second I'm proved wrong is the day the devil will cool off in temperature. In hell it be lukewarm, my temper is short like your attention span. Can't quite remember what you were offended at. My parents have no idea that I made a new friend in my detention class. His name is Tuesday, and he claims to be the Justin Timberlake of rap, bringing tension back. Heaven didn't take him, God sent his ass straight to hell. Satan said hell, no one sent him back. Took a selfie of himself and basked as he swelters in a smelly bathroom, as he's joking with the sweaty hand, because it's healthy, biatch. Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like music, how'd I end up on this song? Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like this song. Till Ronald Reagan and trickled down, the economy's gotten better. A shiny new nickel is what I found in this foggy weather. Pardon me, mister, but I don't want to start any problems. You just thought I saw it first. Yeah, you that call me that palm that don't act like I didn't watch it. Just pick it up with your sausage fingers and toss it right in your jockey, right in which pocket. I'm talking to you money grubbing cocksucker. Go squat and sniff a whiff from under cheese from my boxers. These underbriefs have been wafted for months or weeks. I've been wanting a shot for laundry detergent for fucking weeks. For some strange reason, the MasterCard is maxed out and the Magna strip on my Visa. It hasn't been functioning. How convenient, I'm measly 5 cents short of completing this transaction. I'm asking the cashier to be lenient. I'd appreciate decency and compassion. I'll pay you back during tax season. Capiche, at least half of it. Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like music, how'd I end up on this song? Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like this song. I guess I'll bury the hatchet. A person who holds a grudge isn't very attractive. And while I'm at it, bury those axes along with the bodies that belong to the cash register clerks after. Playing AC/DC backwards on a highway to hell, driving in reverse, riding with pastors. Peter Popoff and Jimmy Swagger are fighting over some passage you can't find, cause his Bible is missing chapters. Listen, bastards, if you two don't pipe down, I'ma turn his car around and move the shit to drive right now. And don't think I'm not gonna find out who it was that took my coloring book and painted Black Jesus with white out. I dropped Joel Osteen off at the Antichrist's house and told him to wipe that smile off of his giant mouth for 5 minutes, then try frowning for 9 hours. And this is how I rise to my power. Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like music, how'd I end up on this song? Looky here, I'm not your friend, and I'm not your bro. I'm not hip-hop or rock and roll, I'm just pissed off. I don't even like this song.
That shit was dope. That shit was dope. Fuck, I'm gonna play another one about it. The No Face.
it all panned out. I knew the answer, but kept my hand down, kept my mouth shut, and just sat down. Pat downs in alleys, that kid in the background. Yeah, I'm an outcast, always got cast out. Never got asked out on dates, I got asked out. Always some dumb shit happening to me. I might as well get used to it, cause it's routine. Family problems, due to the lack of these dollars. I'm tapped, don't be mad at me. I know things are crappy, but what's ironic is that when we had it, we still wasn't happy. Constantly clobbered, round the clock, upside the head with the concept that we are impoverished. Even when Father brought us from the bottom and bought us that brand new house with walk-in closets. But it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, cause it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, cause it all just gets scattered. It doesn't matter, it all just gets scattered. Just gets scattered, cause it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, cause it all just gets scattered. It doesn't matter, scattered, just gets scattered. This is ludicrous, this is lunacy. How long will this beef go on between you and me? Listen, you would think that you only have kind words for me when you speak at my eulogy. Shit, some excuse. Yeah, I beat you up when we was kids, but that's what big brothers do. I got hit by my big brother too. Sometimes with close fists and harder when it's drug induced. I know 1 + 1's 2, I ain't stupid. 2 wrongs don't make it right, but 3 rights would puzzle you. That's the why we keep running in circles, in one big loop, endless cycle as we guzzle boom, trying to catch a bus to just forget. Smoking bud makes me numb, fills my lungs with regret. And my heart is so heavy every time it beats. It keeps thumping my chest, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, cause it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, cause it all just gets scattered. It doesn't matter, it all just gets scattered. Just gets scattered, cause it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, cause it all just gets scattered. It doesn't matter, scattered. Just gets scattered. There's a family we chose, then there's the family that we were born with. That clashes, I quote bone on that one, we both know that sibling rivalry gets out of hand. It could go on for years, it could last even after you're grown. Not to mention the lasting effects it could have on your soul. It gets old, it's so tragic, my friends. Speaking of friends, when they call, I don't answer my phone. Let it go straight to voicemail, leave a message after the tone. And I don't give a flying rat's ass, I think you're an asshole. It's so sad that I wrote this song about my friends and my fam, but they act like my foes. So I stand on my own, all alone, mad at my folks, singing it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, cause it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, cause it all just gets scattered. It doesn't matter, it all just gets scattered. Just gets scattered, cause it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, cause it all just gets scattered. It doesn't matter, scattered. Just gets scattered.
Let's switch it up. God damn it.
Back on the topic. This chicken shit too.
Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing and steady cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing and steady cruising for them bruisings. Rock the beat like a country man. put away your contraband, your all religion brand. We've been chilling in this being y'all is all in all, but cats apart. Introduce you to nothing at all, filled with colors like a mall. She almost gave birth in a storm. A lot of us is written off while the crackers playing golf. What up, house? About to be a boss, to cut my cross. Found whack cats underneath social media beasts. Got my people thinking weak. Been writing since Hannibal was fighting. Burn your Percy Jackson up with lightning. We the carbon, too many Euro stepping hardens. Emblematic ass gardens. My skills sharpened as the trumpets harping. Seymour Hawks to Steve Largent. Y'all religion got retarded. Got retarded. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling, we keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling, we keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Now you want a feud, it's not my fault. The teacher got you locked in a queue, but now I lose and gain all the proof. More metaphysic than the LSD prescription. Wonder when you listen. Sat with Yeshua discussing pen and how to write a better Zen. Bomb my dome with the wisdom known. Sapphire throne. Too many people trouble prone. I'm in the zone, cause I'm grown. With the universe to call my own. No worries, you got some too. Just imagine all of us coming through. We them universal troops. While communities stay aloof. No debates over here. Staying sober with them beers. As the Allahayim cheer. Y'all more alphabetic than queer. See this quite clear on how the system got you reared. And can't see the help when it's near. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing, instead of cruising for them bruisings. And even when I didn't know, the world put on a show. Many foes became my bros, staying light on my toes. Spice like clothes, smell the stench in your nose. Never pose, unless my wife pull a selfie. Heat never melt me. Grandma used to belt me. Now asteroids float by. The Grand Stallion. NASA couldn't make it past my Van Allen. Right medallion. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling.
Funny thing about that little white speck on top of chicken shit. Well, that little white speck is chicken shit too.
Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin', who you think you foolin'? Yo, impeachment gets a ruling, and that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Rock the beat like a country man. Put away your contraband, your all religion brand. We've been chilling in this being. Being y'all is all in all, but cats apart. Introduce you to nothing at all. Filled with colors like a mall. She almost gave birth in a storm. A lot of us is written off while the crackers playing golf. What up, house? About to be a boss to cut my cross. Found whack cats underneath social media beasts. Got my people thinking weak. Been writing since Hannibal was fighting. Burn your Percy Jackson up with lightning. We the carbon. Too many Euro stepping hardens. Emblematic ass gardens. My skills sharpened as the trumpets harping. Seymour Hawks to Steve Largent. Y'all religion got retarded. Got retarded. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruising. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Now you want to feud. It's not my fault. The teacher got you locked in the queue. But now I lose and gain all the proof. More metaphysic than the LSD prescription. Wonder when you listen. Sat with Yeshua discussing pen and how to write a better Zen. Found my dome with the wisdom known. Sapphire throne. Too many people trouble prone. I'm in the zone cause I'm grown. With the universe to call my own. No worries, you got some too. Just imagine all of us coming through. We them universal troops. While communities stay aloof. No debates over here. Staying sober with them beers. As the Allahayim chair. Y'all more alphabetic than queer. See this quite clear on how the system got you reared. And can't see the help when it's near. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. And even when I didn't know, the world put on a show. Many foes became my bros. Staying light on my toes. Spice like cloves. Smell the stench in your nose. Never pose. Unless my wife pull a selfie. Heat never melt me. Grandma used to belt me. Now asteroids float by. The Grand Stallion. NASA couldn't make it past my Van Allen. Bright medallion. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing. Instead you cruising for them bruisings. Been coolin'. Who you think you foolin'? Your impeachment gets a ruling. And that good schooling. We keep it moving while you stooges YouTubing.
Said been cooling, goddammit. Brother Josh. Make sure y'all go check out his channel. Yeah, so with that, people,